Hello, Joyous Seniors. Welcome back to Joyous Senior Living, where we embrace life with energy and positivity. Now, I came across something recently that stopped me in my tracks. National Geographic published an article about 5 simple tests that can tell you how well your body is aging. Not blood work, not expensive scans, 5 things you can do right in your living room. And here's the part that got me. These aren't just party tricks. Clinicians use these exact tests to predict your risk of falls, your likelihood of staying independent, and in some cases, your mortality risk. I tried all 5 myself. Enjoy? I learned some things I wasn't expecting. Some good, some, well, let's just say I've got work to do. Today, I'm going to walk you through each test, show you exactly how to do them at home, and give you the numbers you should be aiming for. Grab a chair, a stopwatch, your phone works, and let's see how well you're really aging. Now, before we jump in, I want you to understand why these 5 things matter so much. As we age, 4 systems in our body start to change, sometimes so slowly we don't notice. Strength, balance, mobility, and cardiovascular fitness. And here's the tricky part. When one of these starts to slip, the others often follow. Kayla Marin, a physical therapy supervisor, quoted in that National Geographic article, said something that really stuck with me. The older we get, we experience changes in our joints and muscles and bodies that may lead us to slow down a little bit. And that slowing, that's where the trouble starts. Gait speed alone, how fast you walk, is so predictive of overall health that some physical therapists call it the 6th vital sign, right up there with blood pressure and heart rate. So these 5 tests don't just give you a score, they give you a baseline, something you can check again in 3 months, 6 months, a year, and see if your workouts and your lifestyle changes are actually working. And the best part? None of these require equipment you don't already have. All right, the first test is gait speed, and this is the big one. Researchers consider walking speed the single best predictor of how well someone is aging. It's linked to cognitive decline, future mobility problems, and even how long you'll be able to live independently. Here's how you do it at home. Mark out 10 meters. That's about 33 feet, in a hallway or on a sidewalk. Then, add about 6 feet at each end for acceleration and deceleration. You're only timing the middle 10 meters. Walk at your normal, comfortable pace. Don't rush, don't shuffle, just your everyday walking speed. Start the timer when you cross the first mark. Stop it when you cross the second. Now do the math. 10 divided by your seconds. If it took you 8 seconds, that's 10 divided by 8, 1.25 meters per second. For seniors 60 and over, the typical range is 0.8 to 1.2 meters per second. If you're below 0.8, that's a signal to start working on your walking speed and leg strength. And here's a tip from the physical therapist. Test this every few months. If your speed is dropping, it's an early warning sign before anything else shows up. My score? I came in at, well, let's just say I'll be doing this one again, and I'll share it in the comments. Now, before we go to test 2, write down your number. You're going to want all 5 at the end. The second test is the sit to stand, and this one surprised me. You need a sturdy chair, no armrests if you can help it. Cross your arms over your chest, hands on opposite shoulders. Now sit down, then stand all the way up, and do it 5 times, as fast as you safely can. Time yourself. Now here's why this matters. Getting out of a chair is something we do dozens of times a day. If your legs, hips, and core can't do this efficiently, everyday life gets harder. And that loss of lower body strength, it starts earlier than you think, often in your 30s and 40s. Robin Culbertson, a geriatric clinical specialist quoted in the article, said something I want you to hear. When you start noticing that you can't get up and down from a chair without your hands, it might be time to do some strengthening or see a physical therapist. So what's a good time? For women aged 60 to 69, under about 12 seconds is considered healthy. For men in the same age range, under about 11 seconds. And as we get older, the cutoffs adjust, but that's your starting benchmark. If 5 reps felt too easy, here's a bonus challenge. Count how many full sit-to-stands you can do in 30 seconds. The CDC says for women 60 to 64, 14 to 19 reps is solid. For men, about 14 to 16. And listen, if you need your hands, if you wobble, that's information, not failure. Now you know what to work on. I needed my hands the first time I tried this, seriously, and that was my wake-up call. Now we're halfway through, and I want to pause for just a moment. If you're finding this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps other joyous seniors find this content. And I have something exciting to share. I'm going live very soon for our Whimsical Wednesday session, and I'd love for you to join me. We'll be doing fun, creative activities together, and I'll be answering your questions in real time. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. All right, let's get to test 3. Test number 3 is grip strength, and you might think, really, my grip? But here's why doctors care so much about this. Grip strength correlates with total body strength. If you can't hold on to a stair rail, carry groceries, or push yourself up from a chair, your independence is at risk. A 5-kilogram drop in grip strength is actually associated with a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Clinicians use a handheld dynamometer to measure this precisely. You can get one online for under $40, but at home, you have options. The simplest, grab a bathroom scale. Squeeze it with both hands as hard as you can. Note the number. It's not the same as a dynamometer, but it gives you a baseline to track. Another option. How long can you hang from a pull-up bar or a sturdy door frame? Even a few seconds is a data point. Now, for women over 60, a grip strength below about 20 kilograms is considered low. For men, below about 30 kilograms. But the real value is tracking your number over time. If it's dropping, that's your signal. And here's some good news. Grip strength responds quickly to training. Even squeezing a tennis ball while you watch TV a few minutes a day can make a measurable difference in weeks. Test 4, test your balance. And this one is humbling. Here's what you do. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair for safety. Lift one foot off the ground. Don't touch your standing leg. Don't hop. Just balance. Time how long you can hold it. Then switch legs and do it again. Balance is one of those things we take for granted until it's gone. And poor balance is directly linked to fall risk. Falls are the leading cause of injury for older adults. So what's a good time? Research shows that people who can balance on one leg for at least 30 seconds are in pretty good shape. If you can hit 60 seconds, you're doing excellent. If you're under 10 seconds, that's worth addressing. And here's the thing about balance. It's trainable. Every single day. Stand on one leg while you brush your teeth. Practice near the kitchen counter while your coffee brews. Small moments add up. I'll be honest, my right leg was stronger than my left, and now I know. That's the gift of these tests. One more test to go, and this one gets your heart rate up. The 5th and final test measures your cardiovascular fitness, how well your heart and lungs work together. Now, there's a few ways to do this at home. The simplest, pay attention to how you feel during normal daily activities. Do you get winded walking to the mailbox? Climbing one flight of stairs? Those are signals. But for a real measurement, try the 2-minute step test. Find a wall or counter for support. March in place for 2 minutes, lifting each knee to about mid-thigh height, or as high as is comfortable for you. Count how many times your right knee comes up. That's your score. For women aged 60 to 64, the target is around 75 to 100 steps in 2 minutes. For men, It's about 87 to 107. If you're a bit below that, no shame. It just means your cardiovascular system could use some attention. Walking, swimming, chair aerobics, anything that gets your heart pumping for 20 to 30 minutes a day. And here's what the experts emphasize. Cardiovascular fitness matters at every age. A strong heart means more energy, better brain function, and yes, a longer life. Now you've got 5 numbers. What do you do with them? First, do not compare yourself to anyone else. These are your baselines. The goal is progress, not perfection. Second, if 1 or 2 tests were low, that tells you exactly what to focus on. Slow walking speed? Add daily walks and leg strengthening. Poor balance? Practice single leg stands every morning. Weak grip? Squeeze a ball while you watch TV. Third, retest yourself every 3 months. That's enough time to see real change from exercise, but not so long that you lose momentum. And here's my challenge to you. Do all 5 tests this week and write down your scores. Put them somewhere you'll see them. Then in 3 months, do them again and watch your progress. All right, joyous seniors, those are your 5 tests. Gait speed, sit to stand, grip strength, single leg balance, and cardiovascular fitness. I want to say this. These tests are not about passing or failing. They're about knowing where you stand today so you can be stronger tomorrow. Aging well isn't about luck. It's about paying attention and doing the work. Now here's what I need from you. First, in the comments below, tell me which test you think will be hardest for you. I'll go first. Mine was the sit to stand. Share yours and let's cheer each other on. Second, don't forget, I'm going live for Whimsical Wednesday very soon. We're going to have fun, be creative together, and I want to see your faces in the chat. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get the alert. Third, if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who could use these tests. Let's help more seniors take control of their health. Thank you for joining me today on Joyous Senior Living. Remember, stay active, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next video. And I'll see you live very soon.